Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's D-Man the Great here, and today I'm here to talk about the latest trade in the NBA, as the trade deadline is tomorrow, and we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty when that happens. But we're gonna go over a few things right now, as we had a trade last night, a 4-team trade last night with the Houston Rockets, Hawks, Nuggets, and Timberwolves, and it's not looking good for the Rockets in majority of NBA fans' opinion right now. And the Nuggets kind of downgraded a little bit, but they cleared out some of that big ass log jam they've had for the last year. As they've had a big log jam with just really good players at a whole bunch of different positions that they can't really give playing time. And the Timberwolves are actually getting some decent depth and pieces out of this trade as well. And the Hawks are trying to appease Trae Young, because Trae Young, being a really, really good player, his emotions came to a head earlier in the season, and they promised to get him help, and they've been thirsty to get him help. So they went and got anything they could possibly muster with Clint Capella. So now the Atlanta Hawks have Nene and Clint Capella on their team. Clint Capella is a really good pick and roll center. And I'd like to say, by the way, I'm going to talk about the Rockets a lot in this video. Because the Rockets kind of messed everything up with that. Because Clint Capella was a major piece of the season with Chris Paul and James Harden, where James Harden won the MVP finally. And in that season, they were 8th in pick and roll. The next season, they were 23rd. They did worse. And then the next season, this season, they've been 30th in pick and rolls per game. But it just goes to show you that they phased Clint Capella out of the lineup a lot, and they consistently embarrassed themselves last season. And if you've had a very successful season and you almost beat the greatest basketball team of all time, quote unquote, why wouldn't you stick to that pattern? And they didn't stick to the pattern they had. They allowed Trevor Ariza to walk, which now they have to make up for in going to trade for a Robert Covington, who can fill that Trevor Ariza role in a little bit of a way. But they lost the big man, and they now currently don't have a starting caliber center, because Jordan Bell is decent, PJ Tucker is good, but they are not center caliber players, especially when you have Joel Embiid's and Giannis's with Brook Lopez's running around out here. That's absolutely unacceptable. And you're not going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Finals if you somehow, out of a blue shot in hell, made it to the championship. But we're off the Rockets now. The Houston Rockets have Jordan Bell and Robert Covington out of this trade. The Atlanta Hawks have received Clint Capella and Nene, as I've said. Nene has not played at all this season. The Minnesota Timberwolves got a good haul out of this with Malik Beasley, Juancho Hernan-Gomez, Jarrett Vanderbilt, and Evan Turner. Those are some good pickups that could actually bolster this lineup, and they didn't really lose anything major as well, so they could really make a good run. They got a pretty decent squad now, really, with those two added, because Malik Beasley is one of those guys I won't say J.R. Smith, but he's like J.R. Smith post-prime that could go off and drop 25 on any given night. He's one of those kind of guys. One of those guys that you kind of just give the ball a couple times and then he'll start sparking it up. And Juancho Hernan-Gomez is a shooter, and he plays that role very well. And Jarrett Vanderbilt I don't know much about him. He hasn't got that much playing time, but hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit of him this season. And Evan Turner, we know what Evan Turner does. I'm not a big fan of Evan Turner. I've kind of soured on Evan Turner over the years. But Evan Turner can run the ball a little bit, which is needed in Minnesota, as they don't have any point guards right now. So Evan Turner will be able to run point a little bit when Andrew Wiggins isn't running point. So the Denver Nuggets have received Shabazz Napier, Keita Bates-Diop, Gerald Green, and Noah Vonleh. Gerald Green has been injured all season, so he hasn't got to play, but that's a big loss for Houston, losing Gerald Green, because you kind of got rid of like 2 of the top 5 guys on the team with this trade. Because Gerald Green on the Houston Rockets was he was playing on another level shooting wise, and Shabbat, the Nuggets didn't really, like I said, they cleared the logjam. They don't really have those guys. Noah Vonleh, Jop, Napier. These guys aren't guys that are gonna do a whole bunch on the court anyway, and they have a lot of good spots. So what are you gonna do? But I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. And I'll see y'all tomorrow when we talk more about the NBA trade deadline.